Hello, everyone of the internet. My name is Minnie, and welcome. Today, we are going to be, well, playing Dungeons and Dragons, a little bit of a one-shot. Here to hear the fixers. Joining me are several characters. People that you actually need to know are Brandon, Avery, Riley, Ivy, and Kyle. That's how I'll be addressing them besides their characters. They will all obviously introduce themselves. We'll get there when we get there. Not yet. Anyhow, let's begin. All right, is everybody ready?
Yes.
All right, cool. So, it has been generations since anybody has known of independence from the light one or the dark ones, right? To say that your people, no matter who you are, right, have been under a relatively consistent set of oppression and control would be an understatement, right? The Dark Ones have controlled Cathar for time immemorial. There's only some oral tradition or history that you could ever even get of it. To say that history about it is restricted is another understatement. To even mention Light One control is considered treason by the Dark Ones, right? However, Dark Ones can't control everything, and they can't operate alone. Cathar is a massive place, and given that they're constantly at war, they're constantly dying. Meaning that to some degree, they require, well, the ability to trust in the locals to actually manage things. One such occupation that fills that role is the Fixer. Fixers are a group of individuals assembled by a Dark One warband within the Catharian lands, because back home there are simply not enough Light Ones to make this a valuable practice, that are basically the narcs of the Dark One world. They are to investigate and solve instances of treason, disloyalty to the Dark Ones, and ensure that no rules are being violated. To say that the Dark Ones have a lot of rules and regulations and restrictions would be another understatement. It is a dark time in the world. Nobody knows what year it is. Nobody knows what has happened beyond the past few generations of their lifetime, of their families. And even for the elves, that has always been Dark One control. You all are fixers. However you guys ended up with this position, only you know that. And it is been a long time coming that you guys are finally here. Most of you rookies to the job. We have now just started a new chapter of your lives, working as the dogs, the direct dogs, answering the Dark Ones. However, there's one other aspect of your characters that is not necessarily public knowledge. Something that you keep close to your heart, something you don't tell people. That being, most, if not all of you, are members of a secret society. While not all of these secret societies are inherently anti-Dark One, they are all inherently attempting to do something. They have a goal, individual, and I can't exactly lay out any concrete examples, because that might spoil what somebody is or what somebody isn't. But secret societies have their own goals and desires that you, in a way, want to complete. Things that will benefit you and your group. That might be the reason you became a fixer in the first place. Who knows? Only you do. And that might be something that we get to explore during this here one-shot. We'll see. You all have been assembled under Fixer Coordinator Movilzug Prowl, a hobgoblin for the trepidatious warband of the Dark Ones. He is responsible for several groups of fixers within the Warband's territory. As far as you all know, most of you have not been outside of the Warband's territory, and you are located within a relatively mountainous area on the east side of Aurelia, about here on the map. The town that you all are currently in doesn't really matter. It's some Dark One camp that you all are being assembled at. And you all have been assembled to meet the Fixer Coordinator to get your mission. The first one as a team. Some of you may have worked together in the past, if you so desire that. However, I'll leave that between you and your individual desires and what you want to coordinate with the other players. Going in, I'll call out who I need to introduce their character at the time. I'm going to go in role order. Could the leader please introduce himself?
My name is Kaiba Lotharen. I'm murdering whoever said that. I am 20, and I am the leader.
Anything in particular? What do you look like? What's your disposition? Tell me
Right.
about Kaiba.
You know, Kaiba's been working with the Dark Ones ever since he was, I wouldn't say a little boy, but ever since he was a little teenager. He's got green emerald eyes. He has some scars on his face, a little bit on his arms, black hair. Mm-hmm. He wears just like some kind of medium kind of armor, and he has a sword on his back that he doesn't use it too much, but only when he needs to.
All right.
And he has a crossbow.
All right, cool. Would the loyalty officer please introduce himself?
Avery?
He's muted.
Oh, he's muted?
Hello?
Oh, there we go.
There we go. Okay. So, Malachi Grigsby, very tall, 6'9", dark skin because he's an umbral, and he has a trident and nets on his back, and he's not wearing any armor. Long silver hair, and he looks like a barbarian. That's what you can tell from first glance.
Yes, I will post the
Okay, thank you.
Here, I'm just going to copy this from my notes. All right. Would the happiness officer please introduce themselves?
My name is Venandi, and I am a primordial elf. I was blessed by the Dark Ones, and I have a set of horns, silver horns, atop of my head. I am a bard, and I truly enjoy making everyone smile.
Okay.
That's cringe. Can't lie.
Can the magecraft monitor please introduce themselves?
Hello, the name's Quentin Niore. It's a pleasure to meet all of you. I'm the magecraft monitor, and before you is a 5'7" man, human with light brown hair,
midget,
cloak, carrying a black book with him.
All right. And last but not least, could the messenger and scribe please introduce themselves?
Hello. I'm Elitha, an Empyrean elf. I'm wearing I forget what type of skirt it's called, but it's a skirt. High heels, stockings that go like all the way up the leg, pretty much. looking very business casual, I guess you could say, kind of, or not business casual, but business oriented. I'm 350 years old, and got like it's like Quentin's book, but instead of it being black, it's just white. Then I have like a quill. About it.
Okay. So, you all are currently within this Dark One encampment. It resembles a fortress in terms of like style and formatting. It's nothing too formal. The warband has to move around a decent amount to oversee its territory, right? And also do battle with other warbands from time to time. It is a busy place, and you are out of place here in a way. Besides the slaves that are very clearly working, right? Who are in what can mostly be described as rags, and, dedicated to a very specific jobs, sometimes attending Dark Ones, sometimes cooking meals, sometimes doing all these tasks, right? And there's members of the Light Ones from basically every race, commonly, besides Empyrean Elves, in this area, right? The most common one, by far humans, followed by primordial elves and dwarves. And you all are currently standing outside of this tent, where the hobgoblin had informed you to meet him. He told you to wait outside momentarily when you all got there, giving you all the chance to sort of stand there and get a sense of who your new teammates are. It has been a long journey. Some of you, not all of you, were perhaps close when you were called on for duty as a fixer. Some of you have done this job a little bit. Some of you are brand new to it, just introduced to the profession. And you all are standing here when you all are called in. The hobgoblin, when you all walk in, obviously not refusing the orders of a Dark One, that is a quick sentence to death, and borderline treason. You all have a large hobgoblin in front of you, adorned in scale mail, with a sword at his hip, looking upon you and looking at a map. The map is crude, at best, perhaps something he had made quickly for this mission, right? Because obviously he views it as important, but resources are not always the most plentiful thing for a fixer. So as the fixer coordinator, it becomes a lot harder to get resources that he might need. After all, the primary resources that they need are always for, war, not for necessarily maintaining their own domain. And he looks upon you all, sort of glancing at all of you, getting a sense for you. Kaiba, you'll be taking leadership of this mission. This is your group. Get to know them. You have a journey ahead of you. Let's get down to business. Fixers, you all will be going to the town of Blackfoot. It is a mining town to our approximate east, about 25 miles, at a 2-day journey. There, your job is to investigate the reasoning behind their, lack of meeting quotas and reported dissidents. The exact specifications of this is something we need you to determine, investigate, and if you can, handle it yourself. Find all sources of dissidents and snuff them out, or call upon me, and I will get a strike force that can. That is why you have your messenger. If the situation ever becomes too bleak, then you may return. However, if you do, your reports better be filled out accurately and fully. Any usage of magecraft during the mission should be reported, and it better be justifiable. Magecraft monitor. If you do not keep an accurate detailing of all magecraft usage and why it was used, well, if I find out about it, it will be on you. And by proxy, the leader. Scribe, if your reports are not filled out accurately and fully, it will be on you and the leader. Happiness officer, if there is any signs of low morale, not only amongst your fixer team, but the populace, you should solve it and fix it. Loyalty officer, any signs of disloyalty in the fixer team are to be snuffed out quickly and efficiently and then reported on accurately.
Understood.
And leader, your job is to ensure that everybody does their job and that your fixers complete the mission. Are there any questions about what I am asking you all to do?
Quentin would shake his head.
We will complete this job with maximum efficiency.
That is what I like to hear. Your point of contact is the leader of Blackfoot, the town you'll be going to. Minahe Zerovo. Dark elf. Like him, but a woman. And points at can everybody, by the way, in the Discord, please change your names?
Malachi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can everybody please change your names in the thing? Malachi. You all have been selected for this fixer team. Some of you, this is your first mission. Do not disappoint me. Complete the mission efficiently, accurately, and I will have much greater possibilities and boons for you upon your return. Now leave, unless you have anything else to ask.
Negative. Let's go.
Good. Alright, so, you all leave. I assume you begin your 2-day journey. I will leave you all a little bit to, if you'd like to discuss what you'd be doing during this 2-day journey, what your character would specifically be doing, and talking to any of the other characters if you'd like.
Okay. Yeah, Kaiba is just gonna be like walking in the front, kind of looking around, looking back at the fixer team.
So, how experienced are all of you? I'm relatively new to the job.
Banani,
Myself.
smiling, she quickly responds. This is my first time. My first job. I'm very excited.
I'm just sitting there writing in my book.
Malachi's
Just
going to be
deliberately
eyeing
ignore
the
'em.
other faces, seeing if there's anything like devious about them.
About who? Venandi and Quentin?
All of the fixers. He's going to be eyeing up everyone.
Sure, roll insight.
Okay? Sorry, Chris, you're cutting out for me.
Said roll
Roll insight.
Oh.
Alright. You don't discern much. I will let the other fixers determine how they want to interpret a 6 on their disposition roll. Please describe your characters what you think a 6 would garner. Starting with Kaiba.
Yeah, Kaiba's just kind of walking, sword at. He doesn't have a sword on his back at the moment. He just has it on his left hand,
Like in
just
his hand.
walking forward. Yeah.
Okay.
No, it's on, not in.
All right. What about Alethea? What's her
I
disposition? That a 6 would garner.
I'm literally just writing in my book, ignoring like everybody.
Okay. Benandi.
Vanandi is just like kind of like navigating for the group as she responds to Quentin. She seems generally upbeat and quite happy.
Quentin.
Quentin has a bit of a pleasant disposition, but he also looks a bit inexperienced.
Okay. That's what you can garner from a 6 of your insight roll.
That's good to hear.
Does anybody else have an answer to Quentin's question?
Quentin or Malachi?
Quentin. He asked a question earlier.
All right. I was just gonna kind of glance over his shoulder, just look back.
Quentin's gonna look back at him. He's gonna maintain eye contact on Kaiba.
Just gonna look at Quentin. I'd rather like to learn what I'm dealing. So why don't you all tell me about yourselves and what is your best quality?
The question is, what is your best quality? Well, I've been asked this by our glorious leader for today.
I guess the best quality for the mission about me would probably be my knowledge of magecraft. I'm quite perceptive when it comes to matters of the arcane. So if there's magecraft being used within the town of Blackfoot, I should be able to perceive it.
Detail, correct?
Say again?
In detail, correct?
Yes. Yes, in
All right.
detail.
All right. What about you, Dark Elf?
Well, aside from preventing treason, I'd say fighting. It's my best.
Hmm. What about you, Primordial?
Oh, me? Um, I guess there's many things. I'm good at talking to people. I like to play music. People generally like music. Um, what else? Uh, I think in general that my personality just keeps everybody upbeat, friendly, and some people they don't really like fixers, and best thing we can do is just show them that they can trust us.
All right, then. What about you, Scribe?
It's like kind of like I don't like lift my head up to look. I just like look up with my eyes and then just look back down at the book as I continue writing. I write.
That's it?
Yeah.
Very well, then. We'll see how this turns out.
How about you, Kaiba?
In terms of what?
Well, yeah, best quality, as you'd put it.
My blade. Use of my blade. At least. And hopefully leadership, of course. Not hopefully. Certainly.
Of course.
Is this the first time you've been leader?
I've led smaller things before, but a fixer. This is a first for me, so I have some leader experience in some way.
Oh, well, I'm sure you'll do a great job.
Yeah.
It's a child who's never led a fixer team. I can't wait.
I'll back you up
You
every
seem
step of the
quite
way.
gloomy.
Oh, I'm just writing. Don't worry about me. Sometimes when I write, I speak about what I'm writing about. You can just ignore me.
I mean, Kaiba's just gonna turn back, look forward, and keep walking.
All right. Is there anything else you all would discuss on your 2-day journey to Blackfoot?
I have natural explorer, so during our time in the mountains and whatnot, we have bonuses. While traveling.
Okay.
You were never ambushed or anything like that. Don't notice any special tracks or anything like that.
Okay.
Besides the path leading in and out of town that you all follow up to this mining town. Blackfoot as a town is a settlement, probably of similar size to the Dark One War Camp, which, mind you, Dark One War Camp was massive. So it's like, it probably has a few thousand people, probably 2,000 or 3,000 people in the town. Relatively sizable settlement. Obviously centered around a mine. Your location now is around here.
How many people did you say?
About 2,000 to 3,000 people, probably, in this town. Based off of
Can you
your
point it
estimates,
out on the map again?
it's
Can you
about
buy
here.
her an X?
It's here. No, I cannot. Somebody else can draw it, because if I draw it,
Oh,
then
Okay, I got you.
the problem with me drawing on the map is then, yeah, there, pretty much.
Awesome.
At
Thank
the
you.
foot of that mountain to the south. So it's a little bit chillier than what perhaps some of you are used to. Most of you are probably used to living in more temperate environments, not as high up. Unless most of you would say that you are from the mountains, of course. This is to give you some context of the season, which was not necessarily relevant before. It is in the early fall, and for those of you that this is relevant for, the moon phase is currently a waning gibbous. You all can keep that in mind for magecraft rules. As you all approach the town, it is noticeably different. There are not as many dark ones here. You do notice there's a few, probably just there to ensure that the populace are, being obedient, but most of the dark ones that are, actually strong and notably powerful are staying with the warband because they have war to commit to. That is why you are here. You are here as a friendly face, and all of you were given this information when you were made into fixers, to find out the information, because, a group of people coming into town may be a little bit strange, but is a lot more reasonable to expect than a bunch of dark ones coming in trying to do an investigation themselves. You obviously have your point of contact, the leader. And what do you all do as you approach the town?
To scope the place out, look for guards and whatnot.
Just kind
I'm
of
just literally writing down everything I see.
investigate, see if I see anything.
Alright, sure.
I wave to any people I see.
Yeah.
Including the dark ones.
Malachi, you're not exactly known for your discerning eye, right? And nor is Kaiba, apparently.
Actually, could I roll perception?
What is your goal of this?
I'm just trying to look
Actually,
for
yeah.
like how many
100%.
guards there are. I'm not really investigating that much.
Yeah, I mean, if your goal is just to see how many guards there are, yeah, roll perception. As far as you could tell, on patrol along the walls of the town, which are small stone walls, probably around 20 dark ones. There's probably more local law enforcement here, right? But out of like actual dark ones, there's only about 20 as far as you could tell.
What kind are they?
They consist of orcs mostly.
Okay.
So, as you all walk into town, you notice that it is a hustle and bustle. Oh, sorry.
I do have a question. How on guard do the
Dark ones seem?
Yeah, dark ones seem.
They seem relatively disinterested.
Okay.
Continuing along. As you all walk through the gates that the dark ones let you in, presumably they knew you were coming, right?
Oh, that we have like permits.
Or, yeah. You all go inside of this town. And you notice that the streets are busy. People are working. It's a relatively destitute place. It's not nice by any means, right? Like, it's apt to describe it as a mining town. It is clearly purpose-built. None of the buildings are necessarily very fancy. There's no churches. There's no wizard towers or anything like that. This is a... Keep in mind the time period we're in. All that stuff is under restriction. Worship is not allowed. That's a form of treason. Illegal practice of magecraft is a thing. You're not allowed to practice unless it is purpose-built for your job, right? So, these things are problematic. And to say that it's not on any sort of display here, yeah. There is no sign of any churches or anything that would outwardly suggest this town is disobedient. You guys only know one thing, and that is that they are not meeting their quota of minerals, supposedly, according to your coordinator. What do you do?
We all enter, kind of look around.
You're gonna try and walk around. What do you? Is that what you're trying to do? Well, what's your goal of looking around?
Well, I want to speak to the person,
The leader.
I guess, the leader here.
You're gonna search for the leader. Okay. I'm gonna presume everybody's going with Kaiba.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
So, you all proceed into the town, right? Kaiba is leading you at this point. Presumably, he knows where to go. To say he really doesn't is true. However, there is one bigger building in the middle of town, presumably responsible for organizing the mining, right? Probably its administration building. Walk to it, that's exactly what it is. It's an administration building. Walk inside, there's people working, and one person sort of working a front desk, seemingly to, presumably, for those of you that has been to like these administration buildings, to greet people that are working if somebody like has a problem, right? This man, boy more like, probably 16, 17, looks over and says, "How can I help you all?"
I would like to speak to whoever is running this. They haven't met their quota.
Administrator Zerovo, then. Am I to
Mhm.
presume you're sent by the leaders?
Yes.
All right. Yeah. Let me go get her. Okay. And he sort of scurries off, presumably going somewhere. And the people inside of here are dressed a little bit nicer. Presumably, those working in administration have some benefits over the standard townsfolk. Building itself is a little
Not
bit
doing
nicer.
hard labor.
Yeah, they're not going into the mines and digging holes or building or being a carpenter or serving any of the number of artisan jobs that this place needs to run, right? Because there's always a need for people to build tools and make clothes and all of that. Presumably this is not out of a system of money. Instead out of probably a system of barter. Most of you would be familiar with this. Most Dark One settlements don't really have any codified money. At least not amongst non-Dark Ones. Dark Ones do get paid. And some money does trickle down here. But it is a fundamentally different system when there's just not as much money to go around, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, a lot of people deal in barter and trading between one another for goods and services, or simply helping out or doing what they're told, right? The administrators are, and you all know that the administrators are people that were selected by the Dark Ones to run these places, or at least the leaders are, depending on how interested an individual warband is in their settlements. Whether they're trying to run it as an actual semi sort of kingdom, or if they're just trying to reap the benefits of having people working for them, right?
Mhm.
And after a bit, the mayor walks in, or presumably the mayoral figure, the leader, the administrator, as she was called. Umbral elven woman, a little bit shorter than Malachi, walks out. She's in, again, slightly nicer clothes, probably the nicest out of everybody in this town. And she approaches. "I heard that there are some fixers here to see me."
Indeed.
"If you would like to come with me so we can speak in private. I presume you prefer that?"
Yes. Yes, be preferred.
Alright. So.
I just want to say something. As we're walking, I'm just gonna fall back a little bit and talk to Malachi and say, "Hey, whenever we go in there, stand near the door."
All right. You can count on me.
Okay.
Alright, so we'll walk inside of this office. And it is an office. It has a desk, filing cabinets. It is purpose-built. It is relatively nice considering what you've seen the town. Definitely not like somebody that's probably more well off. The leader, right? Somebody that's here to lead. Desk is in relatively good condition. Chair. Somebody that clearly has a lot of work to do. Desk is covered in papers, presumably documents of reports or quotas or whatever, right? And yeah, um, you all. She sort of sits at her desk, and there's a few seats in the room as well. A few motions for you all to sit. How can I help you all?
We've come here because it seems like you have not met your quota.
That is correct. We have not.
Can you explain why?
Things have been going missing from our reserves.
Missing.
Yes. Unaccounted for.
Is that so?
That is what I have heard and seen myself. I will sometimes go to observe the stores before they go out for shipment. And recently they've been getting progressively lighter. I'm unsure as to why.
I roll insight.
Stealing?
Sure, roll insight.
I would also like to do that.
Anybody that would like to
Sure,
roll
I'll do
insight,
that
you
too.
are free to roll insight.
Or why not? I'll give it a shot.
Okay.
here
Alethea,
we
you're
go.
too busy reading.
Yeah.
Kaiba, as far as you could tell, she seems to be telling the truth. It's hard to say. You don't really trust her. She just sort of seems off, right? But as far as you can tell, she's not lying. It's hard to say. Quentin, there's some hint of what she's saying that's not true. You don't know what part of it, but some part of it seems false. Vanandi. She
Sorry, can you
is.
repeat that? My computer overheated.
Why don't you
and
be
had
better?
some- I really. You should tell my computer that, Chris.
Yeah. You're here, and you can tell that there's something off about what she's saying, but you can't tell exactly what it is. And Vanandi, it is clear to you that she might have some idea as to why the stores are getting lighter.
You seem to have an idea of who is behind this. Do you care to share that information with us?
Are you hiding
It is your duty.
something?
It's nothing concrete.
Well, it's nothing concrete. Wouldn't hurt to just share, wouldn't it?
You're right. Some of the miners have been going missing. And I have my suspicions that perhaps a foreign influence might be involving themselves in another of the leaders. A different group, a different warband, perhaps. I don't know. But we're near to their border, so it's possible.
Can you give us more information on this leader?
I don't know anything about the warband. I've never interacted with them. Just that they are bordering people.
Hmm.
Did you get this? What's your name again?
Minahazer.
Yes, I've
Administrator.
been writing.
You were talking to her.
Yes.
Tyrion. Never mind. Um. Is there any other questions for me?
Is there anything else that you think we should know about?
If you'd like to see the ledgers, there's copies at the library. Not that I can think of besides that.
Hmm. I just want to personally remind you that it is probably in your best interest to assist us in this investigation.
Cooperate.
If there are, well, we may be patient, the leaders, not so much. And if quotas continue to be missed, then it'll lead to a much more tragic outcome than whatever could be lost. Not giving us that information.
I can assure you I would prefer not to get on their bad side.
Yeah. As you know, if you miss that quota, keep missing it. If you don't figure out this problem, we won't be able to help you. I know.
Why you're here?
Yeah. We are fixers after all. I mean, even after fix, problem is here. If you keep missing the quota, we just be able to help you.
I understand. You're here to solve the underlying problem, and hopefully the quota can be met with that in mind once the problem is solved.
Yes.
Is there any persons of interest?
What do you mean by that?
Mm, any
Anybody?
suspect? Anything awkward or coincidental?
Is there? Can you give us the names of the foremen who have missing people?
Yes, I can do that. Yeah, I believe, Dubok, Francois, and, Mick. They're all missing people. And if you'd like to speak to the man in charge of the storage area, you're gonna want to talk to Zevaroth.
Today,
Yes, I can write those names down for you.
Okay, thank you.
And then finally,
All right. And that's the 3 foremen and then the storage facility manager?
Yep.
Okay. Kyle just won't be right back.
I saw.
He said he put me in charge. Well, this has been very helpful, miss. We'll see what we can do.
Thank you.
And then, I suppose the party, leaves the administrative building unless anybody else wants to look at the other employees here or whatnot.
Does anybody want to do that?
No.
No?
No?
Okay.
Okay.
Before you all leave, the receptionist gives you guys a voucher for a place to stay. A inn and tavern in the town. You'll
Alright.
be getting private rooms, whole 9 yards, right?
What time is it?
The time you guys got there was about 4 p.m.
4
It's at
p.m.
about
And
2.5 hours of daylight from when you got there. It's been about half an hour since then.
okay, so like 90 minutes before sundown, which is
Probably.
I'm not sure how long a miner's work shift is. You know what I mean?
Pretty much
When
all day.
they're all day.
Yeah, pretty much. From around sunup to around sundown.
Okay, so they're getting off soon. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Does anyone have any ideas of where should we go first?
Probably the storage master or quartermaster. If they're, missing shipments and whatnot, they would be the ones who would probably have the most to know, at least about the quota, the reason for the missing quota.
All right.
If it is a storage issue, or that they are receiving less.
We can talk to Zabaroth tonight and then probably visit the inn and then speak to the foreman tomorrow.
Sounds like a plan.
Does anyone else have any obligations? Oh, sorry, objections, not obligations.
That sounds good to me.
No.
All right. Do you think it would be close to the mine or a little bit far away from the mine?
So that's the nearest nearby.
Gonna walk up to a random artisan, ask him.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, he pretty much just tells you where to go.
Okay. Then we go there.
So you all exit or y'all exit sort of like the major town area and proceed into this mining area, right? The walls sort of lead up to the mountainside, so they end, and there's this sort of wide open area where you see obviously several what's it called? Several mine entrances with mine carts leading in and coming back out, and bringing things into this large sort of basically stockpile zone where you see piles of minerals of various types sort of in piles that is being accounted for by this umbral man in sort of rags, sort of taking notes as people bring it up. He's taking accountability of it all.
I think that is Zabaroth, if I'm not mistaken. It seems to be a name of Umbral origin? Do we all approach?
Do you?
Or wish to... Oh, well, I'm asking the rest of the party since
Yep.
I am the
Being leader.
acting leader, which I was not prepared to be.
Guess that's what happens when fucking tries to put his dogs out at 11:35 at night.
Well, we came over here to talk to him, yes. Still haven't
Well-
looked up from the book at all.
Well, I didn't know if we wanted to do any sort of investigation of the grounds before we spoke to him.
Well, see what he knows, and then we can do that.
Yes, that makes sense. The group approaches the quartermaster guy. I'm gonna call him the quartermaster. Probably not right, but
Yeah, you sort of see him. He's sort of busy, looking at like sort of like carts come in of stuff. Him sort of taking a look at it, or writing it down, and then ordering them to like bring it over and like pointing at a pile as well. And he's sort of looking around, and he sees you guys. He's sort of looks a little confused at first. Can I help you all? Something you need?
is Kaio still not back?
Well, he said 5 minutes. It has been almost 10. I'm going to
Alright.
presume he's not back.
We're here because you're the quartermaster of the mines. We're here to
That's a nice way
get
of
your
putting it.
account. Well, you're doing an honest, day's work.
Well, I do that. I am in charge of taking accountability of all things we get in and then bring out when delivery comes.
Mm-hmm. And apparently there's been some issues with quotas met.
Yeah, whenever we go to send something out, there've been reports that, well, we have less than we're supposed to. And I haven't the slightest clue why. I work here all day and go back to my house at night. God should be overlooking it if anything, but maybe it's somebody taking it? Oh, I don't know. When I get it in at night and take my phone accounts and get back to back to home, they're good, and then I come back in the morning sometimes and things are off. Sometimes it's a lot, sometimes it's a little. It adds up.
When you say guards, do you mean the Dark Ones, or does the mine have its own guards?
Well, we have the town people. Not really guards, more so that they're, people that have been given, clubs basically, and enforce some degree of order around here, but no, I mean the Dark Ones. The leaders.
And is there any specific type of shipment that seems to be targeted, or
A lot
any
of
particular type of ore?
iron. Iron seems to be the most common thing they take. And then whenever we get something nicer, well, like mithril, God damn it, we lost some of our adamantine recently. All gone
Oh,
missing.
that's quite a big deal.
Yes, it is. I got a fucking chewing for that one.
Well,
Have you not taken any precautions over these thefts?
Not much I can do. I've asked the leader guards to take a better look at it, but they can't seem to care. It's... We don't have the resources to be spending on anything to really do anything about it.
Well, if it's adamantium, surely you have the resources.
Not that we don't need to send out the quota. Anything that we have been trying to keep for ourselves, which we normally keep like around 1/4 of our normal supply, is kept for ourselves. As is our agreement between the administrator and the Dark Ones, the leaders. Well, has not been met.
Has any of that supply gone missing?
Well, they do take some of that. Or rather, we make up for it, usually with our own supply. Whenever they don't have enough, we make up for it with our own.
But are they specifically targeting your own stockpile? Or
No,
the quota stockpile?
neither in particular. Just whatever... Well, one or the other, usually.
Our glorious leader, you've come back. Please, take initiative. This character is too nice.
Uh, I take it that there are some forges here. Otherwise there would not be much point in stealing ore.
Well, I mean,
Yes.
the artisans in the town use it to make, well, ingots and stuff for equipment. Things that we need, tools for digging.
Okay.
Is there a manager for these artisans or foreman? Any
I mean,
things
yeah,
as such?
I mean, kinda. They're under one sort of banner. It's, Unmer, I think. Been a minute since I've seen him. I think he took up the reins recently.
May I ask what happened to the previous?
Oh. He was beaten to death.
What for?
That's not very nice.
An orc didn't like the look of him.
Understood.
Really?
Anyways. We'll still need to make up that quota, so I know you have your personal stuff.
We're already supplying from our personal supply into the quota, I can assure you. It's not enough.
Well, better find a way to make enough.
It seems, I have a question. So, you said that they're apparently, they end up arriving here, the storeyard, and they end up missing?
Yeah.
I would suggest,
Right.
but is the amount you're receiving generally enough to make quota?
Some months, not so much, but most of the time, yeah.
I would recommend working with the administrator to ensure some more security for the stockpile. Even if the leaders will not give you resources or men to do such, I would suggest allocating things for that.
I will talk with her.
It would be a shame if this town here were to just disappear one day because someone couldn't make the quota.
I don't know why you're trying to put all this on me, man. I just take
I'm
accountability.
just warning you.
I'm just saying
warning
that because it is the best interest of everyone involved, the administrator, you, us.
Today, I'm.
Mainly us.
It would mostly be in the best interest of them.
I think it benefits everybody.
It does indeed benefit everybody. I'm just
I'm
saying
just
who it
we're just
benefits the
warning
most.
you here. Stay with the quota. We don't want any inconsistency.
Did we catch the name of the whatchamacallit? like the night guard and the artisan leader and the night
You
guard
didn't
leader.
say the name of the knight leader or like guard, right? You just said it's the dark ones that are supposed to be doing that.
Okay.
And for the name, it's Unmer is the artisan, or is the like tool maker probably leader.
Hey, I was gonna spell that right. Yeah, let's go. Alright, well, we're thinking of inspecting around the mine. Is there any places where someone might hide?
So it's like in the mine. I mean, I can't think of one. Although I'm
Is there
too
a-
busy here to really look around much. I'm counting and recounting all day.
Do you know if they keep layouts of the mine or maps of the mine?
And the foreman
record?
should, although it's not always done. Mostly because it doesn't really matter most of the time. But the foreman might have one, might be out of date though. And it's for each
Oh.
individual mine. Of the 4 mines, there's...
So he knows everything about the mines there. Like, he knows. Do you think he knows how to navigate?
The 4 foremen? Probably.
Yeah.
But
Or
it's
if-
4 mines, I can't promise anything.
could take one of them.
Oh, so 3 out of the 4 are having issues with missing men. Not 4 out of the 4.
I believe so.
That's quite odd.
Well, not all the mines connect. Could be that they found a den down there, belonging to some beasts. And that's why the miners haven't returned. I haven't a clue.
What do you think is personally the problem here? Who or what do you think is causing this?
Not my idea. It's fucking specters at this point. I have no clue. Haven't the slightest. It's a matter of these fucking... The
I'd like to roll
leaders...
insight.
Yeah, he's... Go ahead.
He's mad.
He's clearly upset about this topic.
Yeah, I want to know like what he if what he's saying is like genuinely like he does not believe, like he has no clue
Yeah, go
of
ahead.
what's actually causing this.
Yeah, he
Damn.
doesn't have a clue. You want my fucking idea? It's the fucking Dark Ones themselves taking this shit. don't know.
Yes, of course.
Leaders. Not all of them are always super obedient. And it's their fault that we can't keep this place really protected at night. So... Not my idea, it's just them. Skimming off the top. Just taking the stuff that's valuable. And what are we gonna do if the Dark Ones are the ones actually... The leaders are the ones actually doing it? Nothing. We're gonna do fucking nothing.
Even if you did something, you'd probably die, so either way.
If you do find proof, please tell us, because we will tell the leaders here,
Yes.
and the problem will be taken care of.
Yes.
Oh, this music kind of spooky.
And it's loud,
this is, like,
too.
so
Jesus.
intense.
Anyways,
Well, bye-bye,
let us
Riley.
know.
Changing the music, this is a little intense.
Now it just sounds like elf music.
Hell yeah.
Elf
Christmas.
gang.
Christmas.
Cribness.
Well, it's cold outside.
Merry Crisis.
Mary Chrysler.
Mary Christ is. Get it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Anyways, just let us know.
I will inform you if I find out anything, and I'll speak with the administrator to see if we could get somebody watching this place at night.
Good.
Good.
Does the man seem like he's calmed down?
A little bit. Still probably a little heated. It seems that the conversation inherently probably upset him. Like, bro, why the fuck am I being blamed for this shit? I just take accountability of, like, the stuff. And it's probably not a problem we could even solve ourselves. Like, he's just, like, done.
Yeah.
Right? Like, still pissed that he's being, like, interrogated about this.
Don't worry, Zavaroth. We'll figure out. We'll figure out this. No need to be so upset.
I would appreciate it if you solved it before we have to submit our next quota.
And when is
Let's
that?
see what we can do.
In about 2 weeks.
All right, we'll keep that in mind.
Well, let's head out.
Shouldn't we investigate a little bit on the outside of the mines?
Suppose that wouldn't be a bad idea. We do that first. Let's go there then.
I mean, we're already kind of there, but
Well, yeah.
Happiness officer more effective at leading than leader. Noted.
Did she say this out loud?
Yes.
Under her breath.
Okay. Just, I guess, Kaiba will just roll his eyes and just walk forward.
well, it might have been a compliment. I don't think that was the right thing to say, Miss. What you just said.
No, can you repeat it? I didn't hear you.
Oh,
Yeah, you were quiet.
well, that might have been a compliment for me. I don't think that was the right thing to say, Miss.
That's the truth, though. If he can't handle the truth, he shouldn't be the leader.
But Nanny does like this awkward smile, like she doesn't know what to say. Yes, the investigation. Let's do that now. Should we
Off
roll?
we go, then.
Roll investigation or perception or
Yeah, it depends on what
We
you're
roll
looking
this-
for. What are you all looking for?
I could take a look inside the mines.
I guess potential places to hide anywhere outside of the mine entrance, right?
Looking
Yeah.
for places outside
Would be
of
a
the
good
mine
spot.
entrance.
I guess that are like close by that people could either like hide behind if it's an object or like inside of maybe or something.
Sure.
Yeah, I'll assist.
Roll investigation.
Quentin would just be looking for anything that would either catch his eye as unusual or would seem off by his personal judgment.
Sure. investigation.
Malachi is gonna walk 40 feet inside the cave.
You go, which mine?
And then-
There's 4.
What do the entrances look like? Any differences?
Not really.
Rock.
It's like rock upheld by like wood.
Marcy's
Okay, I'm gonna go-
dream.
I'm gonna go into the third one from the left.
Third one from the left. Okay.
I'll just look everywhere. I don't know.
Chris, am I supposed to roll investigation or perception?
Investigation, I'd say. Malachi, also please roll investigation. All right. Malachi,
I just want to see if there's anything like out of place or strange or it's just not right.
If there are
Investigation.
stranger things happening.
roll investigation.
Kill yourself.
All right,
Hey, you're the
Malachi.
happiness officer. You can't say that.
I said that out of character. Shut the fuck up.
She's not responsible for your real life happiness, just your in game.
Facts.
So,
I would give you a morphine injection in my life.
so,
I need it.
I know you do.
Malachi. Walking inside the caves, first and foremost, people, it's very busy. We're walking right inside the mine. People bringing things, moving things around, moving around and about, right? Like, this is clearly the focus of the town's efforts, right? But, you don't really notice anything, like, hiding-wise?
It's just hustle and bustle.
Yeah, just people busy, focused. Not at least as
Okay, I'm
far
gonna
on the energy
walk
level.
outside and go into the next cave to it. The
We'll
fourth
come
one.
back to that. Benandi, you were looking for things that just seemed off to you, right? Looking around, it seems the Dark One patrol in this area seems especially disinterested, but that's about it. Elethea, Quentin, and Kaiba, all of you were looking for things that were
Hiding spots.
like hiding spots, right?
Quentin was searching for anything
Off.
unusual. Yeah.
I'll come back to you. Kaiba and Elethea. In terms of hiding spots that you can easily access from, like, the ground, there aren't really any, right? However, there is the place above it, like the high, like, plateau that sits above the mines. So, maybe up there? That's really about it in terms of hiding spots outside, though. Most of the space is very open. It's hard to hide. Quentin.
Yes.
One of the orcs in particular seems to be sort of looking at, like, the... Most of them seem disinterested. One in particular, from, like, the patrol, is just sort of looking over every once in a while to see what's being brought up from the mines and put in the stockpiles. Maybe it's out of interest or something else. You can't really tell. All you know is that that's what he's doing.
Would I be able to roll insight to discern any type of like motive? Is he just like, is it every shipment that comes up, or is it like every other? Is it like every time, or
It seems to be...
does it look like something more deliberate or something more done out of boredom?
Sure.
Stuff like that.
Roll insight.
Inside. Ooh, let's go.
It's hard to tell. You're pretty far away. So, you're not really sure.
Should have somebody else. Tell somebody else.
Evanandi.
Wink, nudge. Yes.
Keep an eye on that. You see the orc guard over there?
Yeah, that one.
It seems without fail he seems to get glances at the shipments coming up.
Really?
You'll see it. You'll see.
Like spend some time watching. Oh, yeah. That's a bit strange. Now I do my insight check.
Sure.
I want
roll
to
insight.
see. 20.
It's clearly purposeful. Like, he's doing this for a purpose. What that purpose is exactly is hard to tell. But given that most of his fellow Dark Ones seem relatively disinterested, well,
It's a big red flag.
it definitely throws something off about that, right? We'll come back to you in a second. Malachi, you go into another mine, and there's this dwarf, right? In like in slightly different clothes than the rest of them, slightly nicer rags, like a pickaxe in hand, who looks over at you and just looks at you and fucking says, "Oh, what the fuck do you want, mate? Why the fuck are you here? I have work to do. Get the fuck out of my mine. You're disrupting my workflow."
I'm just here to make sure everything is going business as usual.
Who
Bro,
made you
this gives
king?
me Big Joe energy.
Who the fuck made you king?
I'm a fixer, actually. Loyalty
Oh.
officer.
Oh. Well, Mr. Big Man, go ahead. Disrupt my workflow. I'm never gonna make the fucking quota at this rate.
I'll leave you be. I
Ask
need
for
to
his
check out
name.
all the
Ask
mines.
for his name.
Oh yeah, what is your name, sir?
Me? Well, wouldn't you fucking like to know? My name's Duval.
I would like to know.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
That's too long. Got it.
alright, I'll leave you to your business. Please, stay safe.
That's the plan.
Alright, and then I'll just walk out. Head towards the other two mines that I haven't checked yet.
Yeah, you see much of the same as the first mine you looked in. People busy working. You don't see either of the other foremen. They might be deeper in. Then you go.
Oh.
And most of the
I can't-
time, people are too busy working to
I accidentally clicked that by accident.
most of the people are too invested in their own work to do anything about it.
Alright, then I'm going to leave the mines.
All right. You are all at some point collected back together, I'm presuming. And I'll leave you to you.
Well, Quentin, it definitely seems like that orc is doing something for a reason. It has some sort of purpose. I'm not quite sure what. We could spend more time investigating. I think
What
that
orc
would.
do you speak of?
That one over there. And Benandy kind of points to the orc that Quinn originally pointed at to show her.
Alright, the orc is still there?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna roll insight.
Okay. I mean, you're watching him, and he's doing things, like he's looking at it. Can't really tell why.
Is he actually looking at it every time?
Not
Maybe-
every
just-
time.
Maybe not
but
every time, but with relative frequency.
Most of the time. Okay.
He glances at like what's being brought up, and periodically he'll look at what's in the like store area itself.
Does he ever like get locked in, like more focused, and
Do you ever lock in?
appears to see something that he likes?
Not from what your focus group, your time observing.
Would the people of the town know each of the orcs by name or no?
I mean, how much do you know the random people watching you like they're prison guards? Their names.
Considering I don't have prison guards that watch me, I don't know their names.
You don't know their names. In most Dark One settlements that are not directly run by it, right? It's never. I'm sorry, one moment.
Happy birthday, Kyle.
Happy birthday, Kyle.
Silly
birthday,
honey,
Kyle.
sweetie.
Happy
loser.
birthday, Kyle.
Yeah, silly honey sweet.
Thank you.
Better
I
celebrate
will never
that
get over the
21st.
fact that I've heard Riley say "sweetie" before to somebody.
Okay, sweetie, shut up. So,
It's the only time Chris says sweetie.
you guys,
Good boy.
presumably most of you don't know the town guard names because they are not there to be your friend. They are there to watch you. Most of them don't like their job either. They don't want to be doing this. They want to be going fighting battles. Or maybe they're here as punishment or something, right? A lot of them are here for a reason. Most of them are just posted here because they need people to like do this job. But nobody really wants to do it. And they don't really
Okay.
talk to the townsfolk other than just sometimes to just go harass them.
I have a question. Are there occasionally people who just don't want to do anything and take up those positions?
Yeah, there are some people who just do it out of like
Laziness.
laziness. Like, oh, I don't want to go fight battles anymore. I'm going to go retire and be a guard.
Okay.
Do you think we should talk to that orc?
Would be the best idea.
It's nothing really wrong he's doing. If anything, he could be he might be diligent. We would likely not find out much more from him
Yeah,
about
fair enough.
the truth
I
of his
could watch
actions.
over him for a few hours into the night.
Our time would probably be better spent observing the stockpile.
Yeah. I think that's the best option. We should waste our time on.
You pose a good point.
But it is a very curious thing to note.
Well,
I have a few additional questions for the quartermaster, so I would planning to return to him if anyone would like to come along or continue here with the mines. Is there a place we should meet afterwards?
a nearby inn.
All right,
Probably the one we got vouchers for.
Yeah.
I shall meet you there then.
Vanandi will go with Quentin.
What do you plan to do, leader?
I'm not sure. Probably take a look around more.
I want to go deeper into the mines.
Let's not be right. Let's have everybody take.
Yeah, we could do that later. Maybe I'll just keep watching the orc for now.
If that's what you want to do, be my guest.
Well, wherever you two go, I'll follow.
All right. Ideas? They're gonna do their own thing.
Alitha, what do you think?
Oh, I don't care.
It's up to you as our leader.
Nissy.
Is that Chinese?
Chinessy.
Oh my god.
Is that Tennessee?
Bro, no, it's worse. It's French.
Oh god.
Our glorious leaders seem to have a tendency for a very laissez-faire style of leadership. What does that even mean? That Chinese?
Tennessee.
He's a negligent
Laissez-faire.
parent.
Let it be. You basically do what you mean.
I wrote that wrong. The last thing.
Why am I typing? I could just speak.
Yeah.
Do what you want.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm just gonna let those two talk to that quartermaster. I guess Malachi and Aletha. I'm still trying to figure out how to pronounce that name.
Elitha?
Aletha. What do you want to be called, Brandon?
Elitha. It's my name.
Elith.
Writes down, leader does not know how to pronounce anything.
Leader does
Yeah,
not know.
leader is not very smart. How he became leader is unknown.
Just have a
More
weird
research
name.
needed.
Really? So, glorious leader, what are we doing today? Or what are we doing now? Whatever.
You can get
Okay.
set up in the inn.
I mean, yeah. I think we should just get to our place of meetup.
You do a lot of thinking, don't you?
I mean, yeah.
No, that sounds good to me.
You're the leader. I'll follow you.
Yeah, okay. Well, let's go. And we will go to the inn that we have vouchers for.
So, the other two approached the quartermaster again, who went back to work. He seems to be busy again.
I do have to say, Fernandi, it seems our leader is a lot more experienced in martial matters, it seems.
It's alright. That means if we do our job well, then we'll get more merits.
I do not say it as a bad thing.
Yeah.
Simply an observation. And Quentin's gonna approach the quartermaster.
Oh, you're still here. How can I help you?
We were wondering about the how often such shipments go missing?
Sometimes it's once a week, sometimes it's every other day. It depends on the week. Don't really know why it happens. Frequency is one of the reasons that puzzles me.
As of late, how would you describe it?
I suppose, every few days. You can see the exact stuff in the ledgers if you really want. I don't really have a copy on me. Send it to the administrator, who usually makes a copy and sends it to the library. But besides
So is
that,
there a copy at the library or at the administrator?
both.
Okay.
We keep our own copies. The administrator copies usually go to the dark ones.
I see. If you believe it to be dark ones, do you have any particular individuals in mind or groups, cliques?
I don't really know any of them that well, but I don't know.
They need not necessarily be groups, maybe race or any other discerning features that might at least have your suspect.
That'd have to be somebody that could get in here and out pretty quick, right? So,
Is that so? Why is that?
well, presumably they're able to do it in the darkness and without a guard catching them. There are still good, dark ones that patrol at night. Even if they don't really do their job that well sometimes. You think they'd at least seen him once at this point, right? There must be somebody that gets in here relatively quick. Gets what they need, gets out.
If it's a fellow Dark One, do you think they'd really report anything such as that?
Who's to say? Rivals? Maybe not, maybe.
Hmm.
I don't know.
Would you say the just to ask for some context? Do you think the Dark Ones here have many rivalries, or do they all? A lot of them seem very disinterested.
A lot of them, as far as I can tell, couldn't give a fuck. There's a few that kinda do, but I don't know. I don't know how they're even sent here. Why they're sent here or anything like that.
Oh yeah, what orc was it the one that killed the previous artisan?
I don't know his name.
Okay. Can you point him out? If you saw him?
I mean, maybe. Oh, 'cause same to me as far as I'm concerned.
And another question. How much is taken at a time? Is it like a handful to an armful? How much weight?
Presumably an amount they can carry. They're pretty large individuals, most dark ones, aren't they?
Well, we're asking how much are taken so we can narrow it down to either Dark Ones or non-Dark Ones.
Well, at a time, it depends on the night. I mean, sometimes it's just a few bits, sometimes it's a lot.
Let's go with the higher bounds of what has been taken. What has been the most weight taken in some nights, for example?
Most weight taken. About 75 pounds? No, it was a bit more than that, about 80 pounds.
And the smallest amount taken?
Piece of ore, too. I presume those instances were not connected. Probably somebody skimming off the top.
Could you show us what 75 pounds would look like, or 80 pounds?
Okay. Sort of walks over and, you're disrupting my whole schedule.
Well, these thefts are disrupting quota. It is very important.
I'm gonna be in... whatever. And he walks over and he starts, grabbing ore and sort of puts it in a pile. And it's a pretty big pile. Not a small amount. It's all of iron ore that he sort of puts a pile of. About 40 pieces of ore, roughly. Maybe a little bit less.
So this is around 80 pounds, you'd say?
Roughly?
We're
Normally I weigh
speaking
the
in rough
stuff.
terms. Or so wait, is this 80 pounds, or roughly speaking, or is this?
As far as I can tell, I mean, no piece of ore weighs about the same.
Of course, I'm just trying to. We're talking in rough terms.
I'd say it's about 80.
Okay, I have a question, Chris. Do I think a dwarf would be able to? Do I think 3 dwarves would be able to carry all of this?
3 dwarves in a trench coat?
Look. I'm not asking about weight. I'm talking about the size, the
Yeah, no.
sheer dimensions.
Three dwarves? Not without something to put it in. Like, knowing
Okay.
the size of a dwarf, right? They're not massive beings.
Yeah. I don't doubt they could carry 80 pounds. I was trying to question
This is like
dimensions, the size.
it's not a small amount like volume wise, or right.
Yeah, volume.
It's a pretty
Could
sizable.
an umbral elf hold that much at one time or no?
Probably not one umbrella elf. No. Again, they probably need like something to put it in or something to carry it with, like a backpack or like putting in a cart or something.
Can we look for tracks?
You are on rough stone. The only tracks you see are
Okay.
his. And that's just out of like the dust that's sort of on the ground. All the ore.
Alright, that makes sense.
And it's just sort of, you see like the dust get picked up by the wind every once in a while. So, you're on stone, so it's hard to like, you can't really follow tracks, right? Clear at one point, this was probably like carved out of like the ground. Make this place flat enough for this storage area.
Is there any dirt nearby?
Closer to the town.
Okay.
And maybe on the plateau. But
Okay.
not like immediately close to the.
Alright, yeah, okay.
Thank you for your time, sir.
Of course.
Thank you, sir.
Quentin's gonna head back to the inn. Actually, he's gonna ask directions for the inn, and then he's gonna head over.
Are you gonna ask the guy for directions to the inn?
Yes.
Yeah, he looks like pissed off that you're still talking to him.
Quentin's gonna narrow his eyes at him a bit, you know.
You
He's
don't
gonna
seem
take
very
it there.
happy to see us, sir.
Not good signs, Fixes.
I would beg to differ. I mean, after all,
We
if
are
you can
fixing your problems, aren't we? I would say that's a good sign.
Exactly.
You say so.
Do we get pointed to the inn?
Yeah, he gives you directions to the inn.
And Quentin's gonna head over.
Alright,
Yeah,
so
and Andy as well.
the three heading to the inn first. We'll walk inside, and there's some people drinking. It's clear that it's probably not as busy as it could be, because the miners haven't gotten out of work yet, right? People are busy. They are bartenders working. People are talking. Pretty chill environment.
I'm gonna order some booze.
Order?
Yeah, I'm just
Paste
gonna
down.
buy like
Man,
Are you going to place down money for this?
yes.
they do not use money. They do bartering.
Well, no, they could technically use money. I just don't have much use for it.
You put down the copper, and the bartender. I'll let the bartender take over.
Sneers at you.
Hey Nathan, are you here?
Is something wrong?
Yeah, I'm here.
Would you like to play the bartender?
Yeah.
Woohoo,
Ooh.
Nathan!
It would actually
Ooh,
give me something to
Baby
do.
DM.
Our professional actor. Let's go.
I'll just
Let's
like, get on my
go.
phone
Our
as
guest
well.
actor.
We have a professional voice actor in here.
Is there something wrong, sir?
If you haven't been
Hold
paying
on.
attention, let me give you some context.
I haven't.
Notion of money is not exactly common here.
Oh yeah, I
exists.
did get that part.
Money
it's kind of like
exists.
bartering mostly.
Yeah, so like seeing people like put in money is a little weird.
Mm-hmm.
So you can play the bartender however you want otherwise. I don't really have any direction for that.
All right. And so what happens is, does he pay with currency?
He tries to put down some copper for the, which, mind you, in normal D&D terms is not a huge amount of money, but like, keep in mind.
Here it's destitute. Like a copper, like they use like half copper pieces, quarter copper pieces
It's
if
very
they did use
precious.
money.
They're like,
Yes.
the notion that somebody's paying with money is wild.
And who's paying? Is this Avery's character?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Malachi? All
Some
right.
umbral earth, some umbral elf without a shirt.
You see a big brawling umbrella elf.
A big
Yeah, so
brawling
like so it's like a
6 foot long.
Like
super
literally
tall,
a big brawlic
Yeah.
black
it's
man
super
Named
tall,
Requise.
yeah.
named Requise.
Named Requise.
Except it's
Okay.
Malachi.
So the bartender sees these copper pieces being placed on the counter, and his eyes sort of widen with intrigue. And he gazes at Malachi and he says, "Are you from around here?"
No, I'm actually a fixer.
Fixer. I'm serving a fixer tonight. Quite a rare customer. So, are you paying for the entire party with this amount?
No, they can pay for themselves, I'm pretty sure.
Hmm. So, what am I getting you tonight?
Cup of whiskey, strongest you got.
Straight whiskey.
Yes, sir.
Straight whiskey. Coming up.
How much does
Also,
a couple copper pieces get him worth of whiskey here?
How much copper? For
I'll
for
put
context,
down
It gives you a lot of whiskey.
I was about to say, this is
Four
not good
copper.
whiskey at all that you get. You're given, like, they're not really in, they're in bottles, but like, not very nice bottles. Clearly, probably bottled locally.
Oh yeah,
Perhaps by the
that
guy.
actually gives me an idea.
Go
Also,
ahead.
how many other people are with Malachi right now?
It is Kaiba and Elethea.
Got it.
I don't care.
Elitha.
So
Elitha.
a human and an elf. With him.
Got it.
An Empyrean elf, which you have probably never seen before in your life.
That's wait. Oh wait, hold on. Did you say primordial or do you say
Empyrean.
Empyrean.
Empyrean? Okay.
Something all of you
Well-
should be interested in as well to a degree, but continue.
Sir, with this amount of money, are you looking to buy by the bottle?
if a bottle is what you'll give, a bottle is what I'll take.
As much as you can get with this amount, I see. All right. Well, I keep the bottles in the back, so just give me a moment. The
Thank
bartender
you.
walks off, out in the back, grabs a few bottles, just takes a couple seconds, and cheap whiskey, about 6 bottles of cheap whiskey is placed on the
Damn.
desk.
Take some bottles.
2 copper worth. I wish we got our money's worth in our real campaign.
Man, if Tony was actually playing a character, that's literally just a bottle for all of us. It's individuals.
That's how much Valerie drinks in a night.
Yeah, right.
Are you sure about that? That's a bit excessive.
This is how much your copper is worth for. Would you like me to, this is how
No.
much that 3 copper pieces will get you.
I will take it. With great
Alright, just-
gratitude.
Please don't make sure to drink up all the bottles at once. I'm
Of
afraid
course
that's
not.
going to have I'm afraid that's not going to be a very fun time in my bar.
I am experienced.
Does
Thank
he
you.
does he ask for the bottles back afterwards so they can recycle them?
Man.
I'm gonna pop open a bottle and drink like half of it.
It is vile. Actually vile. It might as well be like paint
Piss.
thinner. Like, it tastes
Yeah.
bad, like the actual like flavoring, but and like it burns like paint thinner. Like it's bad.
Forgot to ask, what race is the bartender?
Human.
I'll drink it in sips.
Get some water with it.
If you would like, I can get you a a chaser for it, free of charge.
Sure, I'll take that and some food while you're at it. And I'll place like 2 more copper on the table.
He brings
Right.
you a mountain of food.
And the bartender sort of barks an order to the cooks. They're making something for the party. Just some like appetizers, some bar foods, nothing really fancy.
Nothing
And
is
in the
fancy about this
meantime,
beverage.
Hardtack.
he gives some just some fruit juice to Malachi as a chaser.
Fruit juice.
I don't know. I'm not a bartender. I don't know what they do it.
They wouldn't have fruit juice here.
I'll take the
It's
fruit
all
juice.
I was about to say
Oh
that.
yeah, so fruits don't exist.
They might have milk. I'm
They're
not
in the
sure.
mountains and
You a
they're very
milk chaser for your
poor.
whiskey? That sounds horrible.
Milk chaser.
I was about to
If they
say,
do have fruit juice, it's probably made of rotten things.
yeah, like, okay,
I don't think it's that run down.
it's okay.
Oh, it's that
Well,
right.
no. To be fair, the more what's it called? As fruit rots, it produces more what's it called? Alcohol.
Yeah, I mean that's how you make alcohol.
Well,
So,
it's like,
okay, so-
it ferments. It doesn't rot.
It would sort of like things
I
like
just hope it's milk. I want it to be milk.
milk would be something that you could feasibly get.
And then it's gonna be spoiled.
It wouldn't be very
No,
fun.
It's not going to be spoiled.
Here's some milk for
And-
you.
They have farms supporting this town. Like it's not like this place is like that cut off, guys.
Yeah, where you would get fruits from.
Like they'd have some like apples. Like they'd have
Yeah.
like cider
It's
and
like,
stuff.
Yeah, apple
that's what
juice.
that's what I meant
Apple
by
juice
like
is good.
fruit juice. It was like cherry juice or like
It's probably
cider.
apple cider, yeah.
Yeah.
Most likely based off like where you guys are in the world.
mhm.
Obviously it's not like they have a massive amount of it, just on supply, but yes,
Yes.
the notion that they are poor is true, but they're not without fruit.
Yeah, and to be honest, the bartender is more than willing to give them a pretty nice chaser, considering Malachi's giving him a lot of business.
A lot of
A
money.
lot of money.
Oh yes, 5 copper coins.
So
Oh
that's why he
Five
said it was
copper.
going to be free of charge.
I
And then
appreciate
the
it.
bartender his eyes sort of drift over the other two, his two friends with interest because he's never seen an Empyrean elf before.
I didn't catch your name, lad.
My name, it's Indra.
My name is Nathan.
I thought that's what he was gonna say.
Might as well
My name is
name him
Honey
Nathan
Pop.
Nathan.
My name is Nathanis.
It's like I was about to say it's like Jim, bro. Oh my god.
Jim
Or
Jim
all of
you.
reincarnation.
I liked Big Joe.
Big Joe. Oh my god, Big Joe.
Lil
Can I
Joe.
just, can I just
Larry.
get some water?
Some water for the young man.
Yeah, that will do.
And for you, Lass, would you like anything?
I'll take a water as well. Oh, thanks,
Some
Rebel,
water.
thank you.
Water for the both of you, and 6 bottles of whiskey for the big lad over here.
And
Appreciate
his
it.
food.
Okay,
So,
Right here.
if I may be so nosy, what are a couple of fixers doing in town, especially in my bar? If I'm permitted to ask, that is.
Well, we are currently waiting for the other 2 fixers to come back. Talking to the quartermaster, but we're here to fix your problems. Whatever's going on here, at least.
In the mines, is it?
Yeah, your town has not been meeting quota, and it's bad. You don't want that.
Mm-hmm.
So we're trying to fix everything.
Well, for the sake of both of us, let's hope we find out what's wrong with this decrepit town.
Yeah.
funny thing about him saying it's decrepit is this is probably where he's lived his entire life.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Man
say,
just shits on his hometown like that.
yeah, born and raised. This place fucking sucks.
This place
sucks, but I
fucking
decided to
sucks.
stay here.
Bro, he just like lives in Kansas or something.
I just
or,
don't
like,
have.
North Dakota.
This place sucks. Why don't you move? I don't have any money.
I mean, that's basically that's the gist of it.
Well, now you do.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not enough.
6 copper. It's time to start a new life.
So,
I have 2 shillings to my name.
to give some cultural context about like just this period of like the world, like even outside of the game, right? Medieval periods, water was not exactly known as being the most clean, so a lot of people do drink like ale and stuff instead because
Oh fuck.
it's cider because it is known as cleaner, and this is just like a general thing. Like,
Yeah.
well water isn't exactly known for being clean. They didn't really know why, but it was like you drank it, but
Sometimes you get typhus.
sometimes you get. Riley and I know a thing or two about typhus this evening. Sometimes you get disease, and it's not fun. So, a lot of people do drink instead. Because it's not hard to make an ale or anything like that. And those are pretty much clean because they have alcohol in them. And that's like why they're clean, but they didn't know why they were clean, but it was safer to drink ale. And a lot of people do because of that. But obviously when you're down working in a mine, people are just drinking water and stuff, right? So drinking water is a thing, but not inherently common. The idea of germ theory doesn't really exist. So.
Well, in that case, yeah, barkeep.
Barkeep
Oh,
is
he's
currently
muted.
muted.
We still need you, barkeep.
Barkeep.
Sorry.
Let me
Barkeep
get,
was taking a piss.
Barkeep.
Yeah, you know what? Never mind. I don't want that water, barkeep. It's okay.
Freshly
I just
made.
want to
Ooh.
imagine.
Please,
I just want to
please.
imagine the barkeep just goes to the corner and pisses in a bottle.
Was
And he
that the
puts it with
water
all-
or was that the whiskey?
and then he
I
just
assure
puts
you,
it on the
it
shelf.
is not the same water that we use for our customers.
You know,
It's okay. I think I'll
He
just.
doesn't wash
not
his
take
hands
anything.
after.
can
The
I
bottles are
just
probably
get-
labeled, I swear.
Can I just get a cider?
Probably labels.
Cider for the young man. Yes, sir.
I like to think the bottles are recycled. They just reuse the same bottles because they have no glass, you know.
But they don't remember which one was a water bottle and which one was a piss bottle, so they always get mixed up.
Oh no, it's the piss bucket.
So you
Ah,
think they're
the
pissing in
bucket.
bottles? They're pissing in buckets, bro. That's actually fun medieval fact. You had like pots, and then you just
Yes,
sort of
James
throw your
Bond.
shit. You like throw the shit into the street. It's like
Yeah.
usually they were
Oh,
like
yeah.
made of like
Jesus.
metal. This is an actual medieval fact. This is an interesting fact.
Yeah.
Pretty sure people in India still do that today.
Maybe I don't know.
I mean, you could still do it today. I wouldn't,
mean-
but
I wouldn't
mean, you
shit in
can.
a pot and then throw it out a window.
I
You know, that's just
mean-
me though.
It's
That'd be
efficient.
That'd be
Saves
the
water.
normal day in New York City. So
it does smell like piss in New York City. Yes.
Are you speaking from experience?
Yes.
Okay, I was just curious.
Mhm.
So,
but
after
I
some
will
time,
not take that water.
the other two arrive.
I'm assuming at the
Yep.
bar.
Yes,
Right,
you arrive
at the
at the.
Mhm.
You arrive in the tavern and see that your party is sitting at the bar.
Quick, pull up a seat.
To give you some context of what you
I
walk
will as
into,
well.
Malachi has 6 bottles of whiskey sitting in front of him, and at this point, like, he has like a plate of like jerky just fucking in front of him, like just shit ton.
Yes.
How loaded? Oh, shit ton.
chicken.
This is not high quality food, but you have a lot of it.
Excuse me. Can I get some cider and some jerky, please?
All
I'd
right.
like
I
the
assume
same.
you're with them.
Yes.
You're all
Coming
free
right
to
up.
try this whiskey if you want.
So, Quentin, any information?
We can discuss that in private. But yes.
Anything for the elf woman?
The new one?
I said I would like. I was like, which one?
Oh,
I'd
are
like
there
the
two?
same.
So
Yes,
Yes.
I am. I'm the other elf.
there's 3 elves in
I
the
didn't
party.
know. I didn't know Aletha was a.
Aletha is a Empyrean elf.
Oh,
Venandi
that's
is
the
a
Empyrean.
primordial elf.
Okay.
And Malachi is an umbral elf. And then there are 2 humans.
Oh my god,
Shadow
why are there so
person.
many elf types?
There
Let's call
are
him Shadow
3 types
person.
of elf, and
It's
And
the same as normal.
then half elves.
half elves, but that's not important right now.
Again, the same as normal D&D. So
Well, I don't know D&D.
okay, well my character, she has like blonde hair. But the
Yeah.
thing that you notice is that she has like 2 horns on her head that are like white, kind of similar to antlers. They're not like super
Oh.
big, but remember that picture I sent you?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
looking at it
yeah,
now.
yeah,
I
yeah,
actually
yeah,
didn't realize that before.
And then I'm quite literally just like stereotypical secretary, but elf.
Hmm.
My pictures in the one-shot pictures.
Yeah,
All the
let
pictures
me-
are in the one-shot pictures.
We don't
Yeah.
care about you. You're not a hot elf woman. Shut up.
he's just a hot human.
He's just a hot human man.
Like, look at that picture. God damn.
Who are we
You can-
talking about?
Quentin.
Quentin. He's like all the way at the top of the
Yeah, no, I
U
see him.
section.
Bro, he's hot.
You got the Clark Kent glasses on,
He's
bro.
like, yeah, I was about to say he's
He
like Clark
does.
Kent.
And you got Malachi. That man's just like a hunk, a himbo.
Buff, shirtless man.
So, the bar starts to become more a hustle and bustle, and as the miners start to trickle in, people are getting drinks, liquor, ale mostly amongst them.
I'm gonna finish one of my drinks actually.
Entire bottle?
Yeah.
Roll me a
Just one.
Constitution saving
actually-
throw.
Let's go.
How large is your
Dude,
bottle?
whole
Two
Roll me a
nat
D100.
Holy shit!
Dude.
Oh.
2 nat ones. I don't think we've ever seen 2 nat ones.
Yeah,
Oh my
Malachi's
God.
passed out for the rest of the one shot.
You are shit-faced. This shit is
I'm gonna,
not good,
stop drinking.
but it is really
it
strong.
works.
It's still whiskey.
They call it the
Malachi,
Tony special.
You good, Malachi?
Yeah, this stuff is a little stronger than the stuff I have back home.
Is he talking like that coherently, or is he like slurring?
You hear him and he's going.
This stuff's a little
Oh,
bit
what a
stronger than what I have
wonderful
back
group.
home.
The bartender kind of looks at Malachi and just kind of rolls his eyes.
Told him.
It's like I
One
told
of you-
him.
One of you take care of Malachi.
He's like, I told you so.
Let me just eat some food and it'll wear off. No problem.
Yeah.
Barkeep, has there been any rumors as of late? I hear there's been missing miners.
God, I don't know if I know enough about like
Um,
the story to like.
you would have heard
Continue
that
this.
some of the miners had gone missing from chat in the bar. You also would have heard, and you can act this out if you want, or I'm just gonna say what you as the barkeep would know, that they supposedly encountered something relatively interesting recently, but
What do you mean?
they don't explain. Like, that's what the barkeep heard.
Oh,
They were
it's
talking.
a rumor. Okay.
It's a rumor.
Yeah, the rumors seem to be true from what I've heard. I've never been a miner myself, but we have had a couple disappearance cases recently. Every time, the miners would report a sort of strange sightings of what God, I'm not good at this.
Well, you are trying to do what I do normally, which is make shit up on the fly. So
You're doing
Yeah.
fine, man. Don't worry
you're
about
doing
it.
fine.
You're doing good.
The miners never seem to act normally before they disappear, and they always seem like they've. Oh my God! You know, Chris, just take it from here.
So the miners, when they would typically report it going missing, are said to have been in a state of relative euphoria, right? And nobody's really sure why this is the case, but they seem to be excited by something, some notion that something was about to happen, right? Before they went missing. That's only some of them. There's another case, and in some other cases, they were stated to basically be normal, right? Normal cases before they just suddenly disappeared, right? There were really two types of disappearances in the rumors. One that's sort of sudden and you don't really know why it happened, right? And the other, and they said that it was in parts of the mine that they don't really go to that often, right? From what the rumors say, right? Or the Euphoria guys, who all seem to be from one particular mine, as far as the like bartender could tell, but not necessarily like he doesn't know the details about that. But also like they was very like they were excited about something, and then the next day or a few days later they would go missing.
Did these happen in batches, or were these one-off cases stringed together, or
Um,
the euphoric?
yeah, no, I figured that's what you were
anticipated
asking.
excited ones.
Sometimes it was in batches, sometimes it was single individuals. It's hard to say. Sometimes you'd hear some people talking about it. Sometimes you just see somebody like blowing all of their earnings, right?
Are these May I ask how food is distributed amongst the different mines?
Ooh,
Are they all related to the mine they work for, or is that something outside?
the bartender would not know that. Probably.
You don't know where people get their food?
He would.
He knows where he gets his food.
So, what he does know is that usually the miners all come by in the morning, have a meal, then they'll leave to go to work. And when they're working, presumably they have some supplies down there, like hardtack and snacks and meals, right? Rations, right? Basically, that are all seemingly distributed by the administrator to the mines. And that's just like generally how it works for like that kind of stuff.
I see.
But he doesn't really know the inner workings of like how that's distributed, other than that it's the administrator that does it, and it's all like in like crates and stuff, like rations, jerky, hardtack, stuff like that.
There definitely seems to be more than meets the eye to these disappearances.
I think there's a possibility that there might be multiple issues when it comes to quota.
That does seem to be the case.
So, how did you get things on your end after we left? Kaiba?
Sorry, what was that, Quentin?
Did you find anything while we were talking with the quartermaster? I wouldn't suggest talking about it in detail here, but you know.
Not in particular, no. I'd say after we both split up, we've decided to use our voucher to stay at this inn.
Oh yes. Quinn's gonna like check his pockets real quick, and he's gonna like search around, and then he's gonna pull out his voucher and place it on the table. It's for my stay. Did these vouchers come aboard?
I believe they said everybody gets their own room.
No. I meant like, do the
Do they come with meals? Is the question.
barkeep does come with like meals and.
Presumably yes.
All right. Just make sure.
Yeah, Vanandi also places hers on the counter.
And these vouchers are good for your entire stay, by the way. That was something you guys were told before you guys left the administration office.
Oh, so do we just hold on to them and then we just splash them or whatever? I guess.
No, this is the tavern you get to
Well,
stay
we
at
just
now.
get okay. Okay.
As long as you guys are working in town, you get to stay at this tavern.
Quentin's gonna call over the barkeep over, and he's gonna like ask him to like bend over to like whisper something in his ears.
Ooh. All
I
right.
ask him to bend over.
Okay. Yeah, he does so.
Hey, look,
ASMR.
we're trying to solve the whole quota issue, right? And if we can't, the consequences aren't going to be nice, all right? So it would be very helpful for quite everyone here, and us. Have there been any, whispers or talk about dissent or dissidents within the taverns at night, or any word of that?
Love Riley ASMR.
Yeah, Riley ASMR. It was good.
The one time we can actually.
Let's go, Nathan. Come on, get back in there. You got this.
I'm not following right now.
So
Our guest voice actor's on break.
yeah, he's taking his break now.
He's taking his
Okay.
other piss break.
He's taking his union granted
He's
break.
using mandated break.
All right. So, the barkeep explains that there is not necessarily a, basically, talk of dissidence. More is that there's talk of dissatisfaction with this whole situation, right? Like, people are going missing. Somebody got killed recently. Like,
Is this the artisan guy? The artisan
Yeah.
manager?
he explains that, yeah, like, the artisans are not super happy about that, and nobody is in general in the town, that one of them got killed for basically no good reason. And also, like, the quota's not being met, and there's a whole host of issues, right? And
Time to report this whole city and get it blown off the map. Nobody here's happy. Kablam.
And, like, it's just a bad situation in the town right now. Like, people are dissatisfied with the state of things. Like, which is not super uncommon, right? But it's a matter of solving these problems.
Have anybody be trying to pitch solutions with us? Any of these?
The administrator has been trying to solve the problem, but it's hard to solve a problem that has many, many issues like this, especially where some of them seem to lie in the fault of the leaders not actually doing their job. He says the leaders, but he means the dark ones, obviously, right?
I more mean amongst the non-managerial
Populace.
people, more amongst the common people.
Not that he knows of. He hears a lot, but none of like the miners, at least, that are working or anything that are like actually mentioned solutions, right? Like there have been people that have been like, yeah, we should do this, but nothing like actually like
Concrete.
yeah, it's like yeah, we should solve this problem, yeah, and like they have like a toast or whatever, right?
Right.
And then they get drunk as fuck.
Yeah,
And forget all about it.
yep.
They have
pretty
a
much.
whiskey.
Quentin will still be whispering. Also, may I have another cider, please?
You don't need to whisper that, but okay.
Yeah, he just gives you another cider.
Quentin's gonna do that anyway.
All right, so everybody, we are about 2 hours and 15 minutes in.
Mhm.
We have probably another 2 hours to go. Everybody, we're going to take a little bit of a break. Go get coffee.
break.
Things you need to, if you need to piss, go do that.
10-minute break?
Yeah, we're gonna take about 10 minutes. We're gonna be back, and
I think I can get through the rest of Blighttown in 10 minutes.
I don't know what is it.
Are you in Blighttown?
Are you playing?
Blighttown.
Yo,
No, I'm
Blighttown,
not
New
actually
Jersey?
playing.
All right.
No, Blighttown is
No,
Just
horrible.
we're
load
in
it up and play
Blighttown
real
right
quick.
now. You're in Blighttown right now.
Isn't Blighttown inspired by New Jersey?
Yes.
It's inspired by Atlanta, New Jersey, everywhere.
All right. All right.
Flint,
So,
Michigan.
Flint, Michigan.
The far side.
Nice go for
Far side. So, everybody, go do what you need to do. Be back here by
10 minutes.
10 minutes from now.
Are you gonna
Level
stop the
5.
recording?
Nope, it's gonna keep going.
Oh.
I too am recording.
Why would I stop it? Then I'd have to make 2 videos, and that's cringe. I'll be back.
Part 2.
Part 2
Chris,
is
Part
cringe.
two.
easy to do
I have to
basic
piss
editing.
and get water
All right,
and maybe a snack.
I'm.
Oh,
definitely
does that
gonna piss,
mean
too.
we were watching my videos while you were recording as well?
Not making
No.
No.
video break.
I'll be
All right,
back.
I'll be right back.
No, like, oh, he's not here anymore. I'll just wait till he gets back.
I'm gonna move up to the other VC so we can talk about things and then not be talked about on a video.
All right.
Is that the same? Well, yeah, I'll be back.
Oh. Yeah, they all went to their own channel. I'm glad my microphone doesn't pick up my eating of Doritos. Fuck.
So,
Yo.
hello. Got
Currently eating Doritos.
Nice.
I'm just glad my microphone doesn't pick it up.
very curious. It does. Very curious when the secret societies into play at least.
Well, your secret society will only come into play if you guys get to that piece of the story.
Ooh.
Just a general
Ooch.
comment. Your society is only come into play if you get to that part of the story.
Chris,
What's up?
one shot part 2? Question mark? Question mark? Question mark?
No.
Are you sure, Chris? Are you sure?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like
You
you're
might
gonna leave.
underestimate our time or our ability to succeed.
No, I'm sure we'll do fine.
I can't promise you any degree of success. You guys already seem to have some idea. I don't know, if we really need a second week at some point, maybe.
I would not mind.
We can discuss it then.
So Kaiba,
Wait,
Yeah.
hold up. Are you
What?
trying to do some in-character stuff?
I mean, talk. Yeah, sure.
No, we're talking
We
like
still
how
got
Later.
1 minute till the...
Oh my God, Chris, we got
We're
1 minute.
out of character about how we
Yeah,
felt.
we gotta wait. We gotta wait 1 minute now.
Unless everybody would like to start right now.
I don't think Avery's back.
I don't think Avery's back now.
We're always fucking waiting for Avery.
Avery, you fat.
Avery slavery.
At least at this point, I actually said to go take a break, so.
Yeah, no. We have designated.
So I can edit stuff out. So if you say like something out of pocket.
Yeah, Chris won't though.
The
I won't.
N-word.
Okay.
I won't edit the
Chris
video.
doesn't care if he gets demonetized.
I would be kind of sad if it got or community violation, like community guideline violation struck though.
I was gonna say, were you recording when we were watching my videos in the beginning? Because I'll just like
No.
copyright strike you.
No.
I didn't start till
That'd be pretty funny.
Avery got here.
What are you snacking on?
Dorito.
What kind?
Nacho cheese.
You.
That's the good kind.
I'm
You're
disrespecting
basic.
nacho cheese, bro.
It's good. It's just good, you
That's
know.
classic, bro.
It is the classic. Like you don't shit on Cheetos for being cheese flavored.
I'm drinking coffee
Cheetos.
out of my Hunter mug.
Fluffy.
Coffee.
I'm really glad that I get to see fucking Kaio's beautiful.
All right.
Beautiful's not right. Ugly ass face on my fucking recording, so that's so wild.
That's why you're like gay.
Actually, it's not in the recording.
What?
I did my transition. I forgot about that.
Oh, okay, cool.
We have like a.
I
I
don't
have
see
a
why it would
still-
matter. You used face cam on your stream so people know what you look like.
Yeah.
Or they could just find out.
Right.
All right. Would you guys like to time skip to the next day, or would you like to continue what's going on in the bar this evening?
I would just like a slight time skip of like everybody like up in one of the rooms discussing
What's
like
next?
our ideas and thoughts.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
You all ascend back. Sorry, one moment.
Send.
Send.
You all ascend up
We
the
ascend.
stairs and make your way to a room.
Float up
I don't really
stairs.
care which one. Probably Kaiba's. They're all the same anyway. A bed, twin size bed with a table and chair, and not really a whole lot of places to sit. Not a necessarily quiet room. The bed's not super comfortable, and the chair is pretty. It's just a
Wobbly.
wooden chair. It's a little.
I'm gonna stand.
Well, let's set the scene.
I'm also gonna
Go ahead.
stand.
Quentin will
I'm gonna
stand.
sit on this. I'm gonna sit on this
Quentin's
bed.
actually
Just
gonna
on the
pace
edge of
around
the
the
bed.
room.
So, Quentin,
Yes.
you like to tell me about the information?
Yes, of course. So, for one, apparently, some of the frequency of how these shipments are taken are kind of inconsistent. Sometimes it's a lot. Sometimes it's like every other day. Sometimes it's once a week. Generally, the ones that are once a week or less tend to be more of like a skimming of the top, like a few ores, nothing quota breaking. But there are a few that take, for example, one of the higher ends of how much product can be stolen is over 80 pounds of ore.
Huh.
And while many races wouldn't have trouble, or some of the other races here probably wouldn't have trouble carrying 80 pounds, the sheer volume would probably prevent them from doing so unless they had a container or
A
possibly
cart.
orcs.
That is.
If I have to be honest, though, it seems like there might be multiple issues going on here with the whole disappearances, especially the giddy people who end up missing from that one mine.
Yeah.
Out of character, was it the specific one mine or all of the mines?
One in particular.
One, okay. Which
The bar.
do we know which one or no?
He said he didn't know.
Barkeep. Oh, the barkeep didn't know.
He didn't know. He just said he wasn't sure which one they were from. He just knew they were from one of the mines. because they usually talk about it in groups if they did it together.
So, that's an avenue approach. We can go to the library tomorrow to get some records about the missing quota, specifically or missing shipments, stolen shipments,
Yeah.
the ledgers.
Yeah. We'll certainly do that tomorrow.
Could also talk to the
Um,
miners, see which
yeah,
mine specifically the
talking to
ones
the
go
miners.
missing from.
Really, only one person needs to really pick up this the ledgers in the library about this stuff. The rest of us can focus on the investigation of the mines.
Yeah, we'll do a little split up.
It's probably one of the more effective ways to uncover some things quickly would probably be to maybe one of the night, not probably not tonight, since there's probably word got probably around right now that fixtures have arrived, maybe possibly. So maybe not tonight, but some other day soon. We should probably stake out the shipment yard.
Yeah, we'll find one day to just go there and just stake out.
Specifically at night. There any directives from our leader?
First of all, the thing you told me about the mine, how just 80 pounds of this ore just missing
It's stolen one night.
one night.
Yeah. I'm not sure if it was recent or not. I didn't ask. We can find out from the ledger later, but
Yeah, so
but that's like an upper bound of like how much stuff could be stolen in a night.
yeah. I think we should definitely tackle that part tomorrow, perhaps.
I'm not certain we should do a stakeout tomorrow.
Well,
because if any group has learned that there are fixers here, they might try and lay low for a while. If not, though, we'll find out by the quartermaster.
Yeah, I mean, you do have a good point there, Quentin.
I'll after say I head to the library and then on my way to meet with y'all, I can see the quartermaster and inform him to tell us if there are any irregularities or missing things that pop up to tell us, and if he doesn't know where we are, we'll be at the send a message to the inn or a person to the inn.
Yeah, you know what? Why don't you let Letha come with you?
Only one person could do it. We could have Alyssa do it instead.
So I just want this fully written down in detail. That's my only thing.
Yeah, I can do it. I'd much
Okay,
prefer that anyways.
Then I don't mind help investigating one of the mines then.
Sounds good, Quentin. Letha, just be back in the inn, I guess, by the end of the day.
I'll do my best.
Now, for us, let's definitely scope out the mine. Tomorrow, I want to say, we get up at dawn and go.
Before the miners or after the
Yeah,
miners?
we should probably wait for the miners to start. In fact, I would say we wait like maybe 30 minutes after the miners start their job.
And we still have to talk to the foreman of each mine.
You know, let's wait about 30 minutes. If you think that's better, then yes. We can go with it. We'll
But
wait
are
30
we going
minutes.
to speak to the foreman at all,
Yes.
or
Yeah, we'll speak to the foreman first before we do anything else.
there's one for each mine?
Yes, we can all separate. I could speak to one. Quentin, you can speak to another one. Venandi, you can speak to another one. And of course, Malachi, you can speak to the last one.
All right.
But for now, I think we should all get a good night's sleep. We have a lot of work to do tomorrow.
I look forward to working with that tomorrow. And Quentin's gonna leave the room, and
I'm
gonna
sure
head to
we'll
his
find
room.
some answers soon.
You're bound to find something tomorrow. But get a good night's rest.
You all sleep well. I'm going to prepare for bed.
Benandi leaves. Do I see what room Quentin goes into?
Probably.
Okay.
Go to my room, just lock the door, and go to bed.
You would do that.
Yeah, I would.
So-
That's why we did.
Let me actually ask everybody something before we continue. Obviously, this one shot still has a lot of steam, shall we say. I'm not saying we're ending right now. We're going to go on for a bit longer. But would you guys like to call it at some point before the end of the one shot and carry it on next week at the same time? Or
Yes.
would you like to try
I
and
would
get
do
it all done tonight? Means you guys I might have to rush along some parts of it.
I'd rather not rush.
Yeah.
I don't
let's
want to rush
not
it.
Yeah.
rush.
Sounds good.
I wanna visit Quentin
Okay.
before going to bed.
Ooh.
His door.
Ooh.
Quentin would not lock his door until he went to bed, and he's gonna be staying up for a short bit.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
Benandi, she knocks on the door before entering.
It's unlocked.
All right. She comes in and closes the door.
Ah, Vanity. Is something the matter?
No, I don't know. You seem to have a keen eye, and I just wanted your thoughts on a couple of things. If that's all right.
Okay. What do you have in mind specifically?
I was thinking potentially that we get dirt from the village and we kind of spread it out in the mine entrance by the stockpiles, and like somehow like wet it so we're able to get tracks to see if anybody is actually traversing that area at night.
Hmm.
I don't know. It was just an idea I had that I thought might work.
The only problem I could think of is the timing of it all. Because if we do it in, say, early morning, right, we would have people uh, walk into the mine, then walk out of the mine, and they deliver the ore from the mine to the storage yard anyway. So
Yes, yes. This would be after the miners leave. Like we could spread it throughout the day and then kind of flatten it down.
I think what would be actually, I think, okay, I have an idea not too far off from your idea.
All right.
What if we were to take a sizable amount of dirt or mud and we were to pack it around um the various packages,
Stockpiles?
the various stockpiles. So if we where if someone were to take anything from there, we would be able to at least discern some more things about them based on their footprint, and
Yes, yes.
there's something we can do.
Yeah, I
Would
was thinking,
you?
thinking along the same things.
Though, when do you think it would be best to do this something at night, or
Um, I mean, we could prepare the dirt and bring the dirt over and kind of pack it after the miners leave.
okay. Do you think we can trust the quartermaster to be able to tell us about the footprints in the morning, or to
Well,
be
I would assume
involved in
that
this?
he would.
I do not have much suspicion of the man. Technically he's on the hook for this, along with the administrator.
Yes, I don't believe he is a suspicious figure, but just just in case, I would arrive early morning before even he would arrive to check.
We could.
I was also thinking that there may be magecraft in play.
What makes you say that?
Well, to carry 80 pounds means that you must have some sort of carrying capacity, whether a backpack or a cart, but wouldn't that be spotted by the guards?
Possibly. The quartermaster mentioned that they'd have to be quick. I think the more likely scenario is probably the orcs might be involved, and plus, if an orc patrol saw another orc in a storage yard, they might not necessarily bat an eye. They're not the orcs are here to watch the others.
Yes, yes. One possibility I was thinking of, it might not be a single individual that's doing this, it might be a group of individuals,
Probably most likely.
um, so that they would be able to share the load evenly.
I think our best bet to find any information about this would probably be to investigate the artisans. Because, they'd have to, in order to have any use for the ore, they'd have to smelt it. And if it's the non leaders who are doing this, they would have to smelt it here. Yeah, or there would be no real much value in doing all this.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, and if there's nothing there, then it probably points to the orcs or other dark ones being involved.
My final point was, I also believe that there might be magecraft being used in the one mine, where the
The
miners seem entranced. You know what I
possibly,
mean?
yes, I see what you mean. If we can find the mine where it's at, I could see for myself, and we have proper justification, of course.
But yes, yeah.
Um, how do you feel of the rest of the group?
Mm, I think Malachi is a bit daft for drinking so much.
He's an eager fellow. I'll give him that. He seems very
Yeah,
eager to follow instructions or play his role.
I certainly wouldn't want to be in a fight against him. He's quite
Of
hulking.
course. Of course, of course. Me neither.
Um, I think Aletha is a little moody. I think that would be a good word for it.
Do you think she is dutiful, given her other
She
seemingly lack for uh
I mean, an obsessive scribe isn't necessarily a bad thing. I mean, we might have to check her records
Determine that, yeah.
just to see how detailed they are and if she's writing down the right things.
Of course, of course.
I saw a butterfly. It was orange.
Yeah,
Orange and black. Probably monarch. Have to continue later.
but it may be its copycat.
We'll
It uses
consider
camouflage.
future consideration.
Yeah. And Kaiba. I guess I don't really have quite a good enough grasp on his personality yet. For a leader, he seems very.
I think he's
Hmm,
probably out of his element.
I
I'm
don't really
sure
know what word I'd use for it, but
he seems a bit hands off, I guess would be a more apt way to put it.
I'm not sure. I mean, he hasn't led us astray so far, but it's definitely not what I envisioned a leader would be.
I'm sure in a more combative scenario will be where we see his leadership qualities shine the most.
Yes, his sword does seem quite fearsome. Um, that is all I have to say for now, though.
Mhm.
Sorry if I've disturbed your rest.
No, no. I was planning on staying up for a bit before getting off the bed.
Oh, well, I hope you have a good night then.
You as well.
Vanandi leaves the room after doing like a little wave.
Quinn will be back.
Okay. So, does anybody do anything before they go to bed? Things that they think they need to get done? Um, anything like that?
Malachi pukes.
Malachi pukes
well,
and slumps out.
Yeah, obviously Malachi's having a bad night.
I want to
Finish
say
up some writing before I go to bed.
I was just gonna like take his scarf off, look at it, take his sword, and just kind of listen to it.
But Vanandi kind of just like tunes her violin a little bit and plays like very quietly, softly, for like a couple minutes.
Quinn's gonna lock his room before he goes to bed.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna lock my room too. Everybody likes it.
Malachi forgets to lock his room.
Oh,
Nobody's
so
going into his
dumb.
room. People will walk in, see Malachi, and they're just like, no, never mind. I'm just leave.
So, night passes, day rises, and you all awaken. Malachi has a hangover. The rest of you are fine.
-1 to your con saves for the rest of the one shot.
I wouldn't say that. Just you're not
Gonna
having a
order
good time.
some food.
Just groggy.
Your liver
actually,
wishes to death.
What breakfast options do they have here?
Options?
Yeah, if there's options.
Breakfast?
Not really
Egg.
options. That they have egg and bread.
Greg,
If you're
I like egg and
I will
bread.
purchase both.
Egg
Purchase.
sandwich.
Yeah, I mean, you managed to pay for the food, even though it was free. You all enjoy a breakfast. The miners start to come in and leave after a bit, having their meal, eating pretty quickly, much quicker meals, and heading off to work. What are you all going to do?
Gather, or Kaiba will gather everybody up.
Venandi proposed that the whole whatchamacallit, the excited people who disappeared might be due to magecraft reasons. And so if you find the mind with that, please come get me.
Yeah, I will send someone to come.
And she told you about this.
It was in passing this morning.
Raises an eyebrow and then just writes in the book.
Is this like a quick thing? I feel like that wouldn't be such a quick conversation.
It was a very quick conversation. All she said it might be magecraft. In fact, it was about as quick as I just stated to y'all.
Okay then. Well,
I mean, he is the magecraft monitor, so I felt that he would be the one where if I had a suspicion that he would be the most capable one of handling it.
I
See.
personally think it is a very great suggestion, and it is a very not necessarily. It's a possibility, and we don't have a solid grasp of the current possibilities on the table at the moment. So
yeah.
That is true. That is true.
Hopefully, we
Anyways.
find out.
But you
today.
also failed to mention it to us as well until
I
just now.
yeah.
It was just a suspicion, and
I'm
he
curious why you
agreed,
didn't.
and
Curious why you
so
didn't report to me.
She just mentioned it to me this morning, and I just mentioned it after we finished breakfast because I wanted to finish breakfast.
Chris, what happened?
Hmm?
You lost the
Oh
watch
no,
party.
I reached my playback limit, so
Oh,
Well,
I will rejoin when that is good. Don't worry about me.
Are you?
Oh, mine is also gonna time out, though.
I guess no more music. Then.
I'll be blunt. Is there a reason we are being at least either Elthia or Kaiba are your, I guess, suspicions by such a thing?
well, I'm simply just asking, as your leader, I think it'd be right to know everything going on.
Of course.
And we
And
just
as the person
told
who
you.
has to literally write everything that is happening, if I leave out anything, that could cost me, my life, and I would prefer that not to happen.
You got to remember
and this
Quentin
is
and
why we are speaking about it now.
Exactly.
yes, but your concern for me asking is because if one of you mess up, that also is my fault as well. Do you understand how much I have on the line here?
Yeah, we're all on the line here. That's kind of how it works.
But yeah, like say one of you messes up. Not only
Uh-huh.
you get in trouble, but I get in trouble. No matter who messes up here, I will always get in trouble. So let's stay in our best behavior. And try to report everything to me.
Well, we have so far.
I
And I
mean,
do
it
not
wasn't
intend to
really a
hide anything.
report. It was an idea I had, just a potential, and I wanted to discuss it with Quentin first, see if he agreed. I was just overreacting. Your time is precious, Kaiba. Your attention is precious. I don't want to
Well,
bring things that aren't worthy of it to your attention. You already have so much on your mind, proving that you're worried about all of us.
no matter. Quentin, Benandi, Malachi, we'll go to the mines. Aletha, you say you were going to ask, what was his name? Quartermaster again? About the shipment, whatever.
You sure I'm not going to the library?
That's right, the library.
So
was
we're going to
too
speak
forgetful.
to Zavaroth again?
We are going to speak to the foreman at the Four Mines. Each of us. Well,
But
Aletha
you spoke about
goes.
the quartermaster.
No, don't worry about. Out of character, I
Foreman, foreman.
completely forgot what if we were speaking of quartermaster or the shit in the library.
Okay.
I'm just tired. But yeah, we're doing that.
So, are you all going to go and complete your tests?
Yes.
Yes.
Yup.
Tasks. All
But
right.
man, I had to add a little bit of tension to the party. We were going along a little too well.
Venandi, Quentin, Malachi, and Kaiba all walk over to the mines, and Aletha, with a little bit of help, manages to make her way to the library. And that, my friends, is where we will end
Oh
this
shit.
session.
Let's go.
Damn.
I thought it was gonna be a
Next.
little longer. Like we had our break like 30 minutes ago.
I said a little longer.
I was
We're
like,
talking like 10
like 20
minutes.
It
minutes.
was 30.
Oh, 30 minutes.
Actually, I think it was more than that, but
No, it was exactly 30 minutes.
yeah.
And stop my recording.
Did we all have
Repeat.
fun this session of the two-shot now?
I love
like
being a
it.
bitch.
You are one.
We all had fun? A lot of good
Yes,
time?
yes.
Yes.
Yes, thank
I
you.
love being
My,
Tyrese.
Add
my
a little bit of tension. You
What do
know?
we all
Thank you,
think's
my
going on?
barkeep.
Nice.
The barkeep is behind it for sure.
Or keeps behind it. Interesting. What do we all think's
Bro,
happening?
Nathan as the barkeep.
And Nathan needs to come back
Indra,
from
you
his
mean? It's
experience.
Indra.
Nathan, you're really good at it, bro.
Indra.
I mean, I
Indra,
really
the
liked it when you were
barkeep.
barkeep.
So,
Indra, the piss bucket man.
No.
Piss
I don't want to
bucket
be known as
man.
piss bucket.
He has a
man.
certified piss bucket in the bar.
Indra the piss bucket.
Well, think about all the patrons who, you know,
The piss
Nah,
collector.
piss
nah,
here.
smell
That's
that.
separate.
There's at least
Dude.
2
No,
piss
no, 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 no,
buckets
no,
in
no.
there.
We
No,
yeah,
his
there's at least two
name
buckets. One for clients, one for
is-
people in
His
the back.
known like his known title is
One for
Indra of
staff.
the
Indra
Indra
piss
of the
bucket.
Golden Showers.
The golden showers, Jesus. Well, what do we think's happening? What do we think? What do we think?
I think there are orcs involved. I think there are dark ones involved. I think there are.
Perhaps there's treason
some-
involved.
There's
There's
probably
treason involved.
Treason.
Treason.
Probably a lot of treason here.
There is
I think
no
treason from different groups.
Interesting. Well, I'm glad we all had fun. That is why we play D&D, and we will be back next week for this once again.